Hi friends, where is the best place to find loot on Olympus in Apex Legends Season 12 after the map updates? I'm going to show you exactly where all the best loot zones are on the map. As Olympus is the ranked map for this split, this should also help you out for ranked. Let's start by looking at all of the key points of interest on Olympus. I've gone over the map and marked what tiers of loot each area are on Olympus. This map shows you exactly where all the high tier loot zones are in purple, plus where the mid tier loot zones are in blue and the low tier zones in grey. They've changed a couple of these tiers for Apex Legends Season 12, so this is the updated map. Now when dropping, think about the best places to land based on this map that I'm showing. Obviously you're more likely to find better loot in higher tier areas, but there also tends to be more squads landing in these areas as well, so you need to be prepared for that. In previous seasons, a lot of people like to land at Bonsai Plaza, Estates and Gardens. Now these areas are still very popular, but they've done a better job this season of spreading out the loot across Olympus, so that means there are plenty of places for you to land and still get decent loot. You also have more bits of cover in open spaces on Olympus in Season 12 than you used to have, and that's thanks to these phased in structures that we have dotted around the map. Now these should definitely help your rotations through these open areas, and as you're rotating through them, especially in ranked, you should make sure you're making use of this cover for yourself and your team. And as we're talking about the map, we should also talk about the new point of interest, which is called Phase Driver, and this is a high tier loot area. It has a really cool feature that allows you to phase in 3 loot balls, and these loot balls often include gold and epic items. On top of this, if you wait around for the cooldown to pass, you can keep redeeming these loot balls until the zone pushes you in. I would say the POI also has some really great buildings to loot. The loot's spread out quite evenly across the area, and you've got some decent buildings and decent cover to fight there if other teams also land. Phase Drive is also on the outside of the map, making it a great place to land if you want to start on the outside of the map and then push in centrally later on, which is good for those late zone moves, especially when you've got a zone that's finishing more centrally. Another tip for landing a Phase Driver is that Bonsai Plaza is often a popular place to land, but it's only a mid-tier loot zone. That means Phase Driver supposedly has better loot being a high-tier loot zone, so you could land in Phase Driver, pick up the good loot, and then push the fights in Bonsai Plaza to third party all the teams there who in theory should have worse loot than you. I'm a big fan of this new POI. Phase Driver has some really great features, and I think it's a really great place to land for pubs and ranked, so consider adding this new POI to your list of places that you land for ranked. If we look at Olympus overall for ranked, I would say you want to tailor your landing based on how aggressive you plan on playing. If you're in lower levels of ranked, you can land in hotter places like Bonsai, Estates and Fight Night. But if you're in higher tier lobbies and you want to play slower, then think somewhere a little less busy, but that's close enough to the action where you can still pick up KP along the way. For this strategy, somewhere like Orbital, Rift and even Phase Driver are great places if you want to play this kind of slower strategy where you pick up KP along the way, but it's not really hot drop. And the benefits of Orbital, Rift and Phase Driver are that they are all high tier loot areas, but also quite large POIs. So if you get another squad landing there, you should still be able to get good loot. And if you don't have another squad landing there, then your squad gets all of the good loot. And this should put you in a good position to win more ranked games. I hope you found this interesting. If you want a copy of the loot map, I've posted it on my Twitter, so you can view it and download it from there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.